What's up, everybody? I'm Sydney Goodman, and in today's Daily Fix, some Halo Infinite updates and PlayStation's new VR patent. Well, a thing. I think by now we don't exactly need a refresher on the Cyberpunk situation and all of the performance issues that launched with older gen consoles. But if you do need a refresher, here it is.
Leave her alone, V. She'll get it together. But times like this, she prefers to be alone.
The positive here, at the expense of CD Projekt Red, is that 343 Industries seems to be taking the necessary steps to make sure that any performance issues like this are avoided with the upcoming release of Halo Infinite. And that team has so kindly explained how the game is being optimized for every device, both next gen, previous gen, PC, and everything in between in a new blog post. Game Foundation architect Danielle Giannetti talked about how the studio rebuilt the engine multi-threading solution to make sure the game runs most optimally across every single device that it launches on: Xbox One, Series X and S, and PC. Giannetti explains, quote, "We use this new system to transition the renderer to a massively parallel multi-threaded framework to support the increased cost of all our new rendering features and achieve high graphics efficiency on PC CPUs of various size, as well as Xbox Series X and S and Xbox One X and S hardware." Basically, what this suggests is that even though the game will be launching on last-gen consoles, players shouldn't expect that there have been too many compromises on more powerful devices because of that, which is great. And the reverse of that should be true too. Halo Infinite should feel great, look great on Xbox One as well. Later in the blog, 343 revealed that Halo Infinite will feature a fully customizable control scheme on all platforms and showed off some classic Halo weapons in Infinite's new engine. Quinn Del Hoyo, lead sandbox designer on Halo Infinite and weapons designer during early production, detailed how 343 is focusing on accessibility and customization for players with their new control scheme. Del Hoyo explained that 343 believes, quote, "Everything should feel intuitive, and we don't want the player to have to fight the game in order to have fun." Agree. And that ethos is what drove them to, quote, "rebuild the control scheme system to allow players to fully rebind and remap their controls regardless of platform." We also got new screenshots of some classic Halo weapons and what they'll look like rendered in Infinite's new engine, and it looks good. The Needler is probably my favorite. Different damage types for weapons will be a major factor in Halo Infinite's combat, which expands on the whole thing with light-based rifles back in Halo 4 and plasma weapons back from the original Halo. If you go through the blog post, they do touch on the grapple shot a tad, and it's not really any new information, but in a campaign context, totally cool, present all the new tools and gadgets, fun. But dude, the idea of that thing in multiplayer has me so nervous. All in all though, I appreciate this update. Super cool to see the classic weapons and what we can expect them to look like later this year when the game drops. And I am so into the idea of having a fully customizable control scheme. I know with PC you can obviously map to your heart's desire, but it'll be so nice to be able to do that on console. What was your favorite nugget of info from the update? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. PlayStation has filed a patent for tech that will let audience members participate in virtual reality content, making decisions for the active player and, messing with them. The patent was filed in October 2020, but was only recently published. The front page features a helpful illustration of the technology in action, and the participants look like they're just having the best time. Just look at them. The patent talks about how audience members will be able to participate using spectator devices. My guess would be your phone, in a way similar to PlayStation's PlayLink tech. In the example provided, we can see there's a voting prompt which allows the audience to pick between a sword, monster, or soup ladle. Then the choice is registered on these spectator devices sent to the player inside the VR, who sees the prompt, quote, "Spectators have given you a soup ladle." It's not clear whether the VR user knows about the options or not, but this seems like a lot of fun. It'd be cool to do this in a Twitch stream or something. But it also sounds horrible and terrifying when you think about what could happen if you're playing a horror game. Hopefully you have nice friends. Don't get your hopes up too high though, because as with all patents, just because it's filed doesn't necessarily mean that Sony will actually develop it. But this one's really cool, so it gets my vote. Not that my vote counts for literally anything, but it has it. And that's Daily Fix. I'm Sydney Goodman. I hope your day is as awesome as you are. Now that you're all caught up in the news, check out our latest video of Next Gen Console Watch, where we break down what these AMD chip shortages could mean for the PS5 and Xbox Series X. Download the IGN app on all your mobile devices. Subscribe to the Daily Fix on Snapchat, and for all things everything else, IGN.com.